The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
Hail to the king, baby.
Boy! The plan is, kill the brain, and you kill the ghoul.
Welcome to hell.
I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
Welcome to prime time.
Good.
It was the
and yeah, and I've got. Did you ever watch? Did you ever watch the Fast Show?
Yeah, yeah.
Where it was Charlie Higson's character, and he just goes, and
I've come. Yeah.
And I've come.
Well, on that note, good morning, good evening.
Good morning,
night.
good evening, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to the podcast on the Backseat with your host Wayne Alexander and
You're a greasy love. I don't know why I do that.
She's just a greasy love. No, that's not the song, is it?
And the Matthew Sugarcane Hutani, the fourth Esquire.
Wayland Hutani, I think I probably mentioned that one before.
Wayland Hutani.
So how are we today? Are we all right?
Yeah, I seem to be perpetually tired. So I've drunk like 14 cups of coffee this morning, and now everything's awesome. How about you?
So Matthew, not to get too graphic, and when we say I don't mean to, I mean entirely get too graphic.
Oh.
Is your body having a fire sale?
Feels like it.
Everything must go. Because there's a comedian, I can't remember what his name is, and he says, "Oh yeah, people give you that whole, do you want a cup of coffee?" And I go, "No, I'd rather have a cup of tea." I think you'll find a cup of coffee. A cup of tea has the same amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee. No, coffee doesn't make me want to shit myself.
Whereas I can drink tea all day and not poop once. I am a tea addict. I actually don't like coffee. Well,
What?
Well, I like. Do you know what it is? I'm weird.
You know what? To this point, Matthew, I'm out. I can't have that negativity in my life.
I don't like shit coffee.
Fuck you, everybody. Good night.
I think it's shit coffee that I don't like too much, because like that instant coffee. I can't drink that. I don't like it very much. I'll drink it because I'll drink absolutely anything. But like fancy or expensive or well prepared coffee, I'm in. And I don't know why. I'm a tea addict.
All right.
So I think
Tea.
it's more like I'm a coffee snob rather than someone who doesn't like coffee.
Oh yeah, nobody likes shit coffee.
Yeah.
Would you like this Nescafe? And I'm not being you know what? Fuck I am.
Yeah.
If anybody's saying, "Oh, do you want something? We've only got instant." No, fuck you.
Yeah.
No,
That's.
No, I don't. Right, I'm out of here. Bye bye. I know. Yes, this is your child's christening, your baptism.
But you have literally just offered me sick in a cup.
Don't give me this swell. You're going, we've made you
You
this.
throw it on the baby.
Just
Yeah, I threw it on the
fucking
ground.
swelling just swelling some old lady. Hello, son. I've got you some Kenco Millicup. Fuck you.
I understand, Sonny. Could you take me to the hospital? No.
No, I would have had the energy to
Cunt.
drive you to the hospital if you give me some freshly ground beans, some tiny single origin coffee in Ethiopia. But no, you give me this freeze dried shit.
Burn, and you like it, yeah. Cunt. But yeah, I don't know why.
So yeah, as we've described, curb stomping some pensioner. I've been through the war, you know. I did go. We survived the Blitz. We survived the concentration camps. We survived this, that, and the other. The Great Depression, double dip recession, and you know what? They finished it off. Some 35-year-old man. She offered us some freeze-dried coffee, and he just snapped.
It's what I deserve, Sonny. Yes, it is. No, that's why I'll never, like, whenever I'm out, it's someone else's house, and they're like, "Do you want a coffee or tea?" I've always had a quick spy already at the situation in the kitchen. And it's like, "Do you want a coffee?" No. Immediately, no. "Do you want a cup of tea?" And it's like, what have you got? And I always feel like one of those, because I hate doing it, so I'll just say no. So I'll just sit there and dehydrate.
No.
No. Because it's
Your cup of tea?
easier,
No.
yeah, 'cause there's always one. It's like, oh yeah, I'll have a cup of tea, and there's another person. Yeah, I'll have a cup of tea. Oh, I'll go coffee, please. And then they'll get to Matthew. It's like, what tea have you got? And you can just see the eyes roll like, oh fuck, here we go. And it's like, well, it's either that, right, or I'll stab you to death with your own cup.
I know. So you know what? I kind of. Did you ever watch that movie called Man Bites Dog?
I'll just that.
Oh, right. So it was one of the first kind of like found footage movies. So Man Bites Dog, I think from what I remember is Hungarian. It could be Danish. And basically this film crew follows this hitman. And basically it's his day-to-day life. So he forces his way into this lady's house, checks under the mattress. So this is where they keep the money and everything else. And basically it's his day-to-day life and how he lives out things. And then inevitably comes to a head and the crew gets shot. And it's like basically, oh, this is the footage we found. So I think it was one of the first found footage movies, but it's very, very good for what it does. But that's one of the things I was always sort of, you could realistically, maybe not so much now, maybe sort of in the 80s or 90s, you could kind of, you know, charm your way into an old lady's house.
Yeah.
Or somebody's house, or like some lovely neighbour.
Yeah.
You know, in the burbs, in a lovely cul-de-sac in middle England. And you thought, you couldn't trouble you for a cup of tea, would you? I'm very, very parched. Just waiting for my girlfriend. You just get your way into the house. And she brings out the freeze-dried Nescafe. Oh, it's Mellow Birds, and you just have to pull out like this Desert Eagle, which has been tucked into the back of your jeans, and just going, right, Ethel.
You know what's going to happen.
You brought this in yourself. And you imagine her just taking her glasses off, reaching for the bottle of gin that she's tucked in the back of where the oxygen bottle should be in the back of her chair, and she just goes, I knew one day.
Let's dance.
She hits the glass bottle off the IV stand and just goes, let's go.
You shoot, it's a bit like fighting Wesker on Resident Evil 5. She just does this weird phase to the side. Slits your throat from ear to ear. Pours the coffee down to your gaping gullet.
Let's dance, Jim.
I watched that episode the other day, man. I just can't. I can't handle it. You scared? Notice something?
You scared? Notice something? I just wanted to rub it a little. No, Mom, I'm sorry. I spilled the transfer.
Was it the first two times were just against the
56. Now rip the pens. So most of the beats are in my side.
When were you thinking about breaking out? About 30 seconds ago. Jesus.
Jesus, yeah.
Oh, it's close.
Well, I'd love to see that just going. Like so this brick old pensioner just taking on this serial killer.
My dad always tells this story when he was boxing, right? He had a do you remember that guy Joe Tramp whose mother died to the Birdie song? His name's not Joe Tramp, it's Joe something or other, but we call him Joe Tramp because we're lovely. But my dad and him had the same boxing coach. His name was also Joe, and I don't know if I've ever told you the story. Apparently he was like 80-year-old, but he was a shit brick house. He was massive. Like, but he was tiny, but he was as wide as he was tall, if you know what I mean. So he would fucking have you at 80-year-old at the time. So he's probably gone now. So he like neck up, he looked like an old man. Neck down, he looked like, I don't know, Atlas. And apparently he was like taking ages to get on because he always plays the old man card to get on a bus. And the bus driver gave him some shit for it, so he knocked him the fuck out and just took his seat on the bus. And when the police came, he just said, I couldn't be me, officer, look at the side, because this bus driver was massive. But yeah, apparently Joe Tramp, who, again, that's not his name, he's probably dead, he was an old man then, had such a life with the Birdie song for his mother and his boxing coach, who was an 80-year-old Adonis. I keep bumping it.
I was going to say as well, like, unless he's one of them Benjamin Button motherfuckers, and he's just progressively getting younger as time goes on.
Maybe that's just his body though. So he's walking around with a skeleton head now, but he's jacked. He's got a baby's body.
Fucking.
But an old man.
Oh, was it Jack LaLanne from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
I'll save you the Jack LaLanne way. And he fucking jumps off. He starts carrying the cruise liner, and the ship breaks in half.
I just fucking love the idea.
We've got to take the old folks home to the old folks home.
Yeah. I just love the idea of like sitting on the bus and just watching this old man get the business from a bus driver for him to just knock him out. It would just be the best thing in the world. Oh.
One of the best stories I've ever heard of. We'll do that, and we'll get into the episode. We'll start talking about the thing that we're going to be talking about today. Probably horror related. I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe the stuff that we've already been talking about, the real horror.
Could be.
Man. Anyway, so I used to work in a summer camp, and I worked with this guy called Ben. I remember him regaling me. That's a great word. Regaling me with a story about. He was like a rugby player in this team. And they were doing the usual, as he described. I just nodded and smiled. I just assumed this is what happened with rugby teams, where they went out on the sesh, the lash. They went all on some sort of pub crawl, all on the piss after some sort of rugby match where they won, they lost it. Who cares? Anyway, this big fucking huge, tall drink of water, no neck, type fella,
Carrying carpets,
carrying carpets and all that sort of shit. But he turned out he was a really nice fella. Just just a bit, his face was all, it was like a blind cobbler's thumb. Anyway, so he was telling us about this time where he got so drunk that the big guy basically went rushing into the toilet to be sick. So he thought the cubicle was closed in this old pub. Fucking smashes the door in. Some poor fella's having a shit. So he says, and he just, he comes bursting in through the door, fucking vomits what he believes into the toilet, that some poor fella having a shit, right? So this guy's just sitting there, just having his 5 to 10 minutes, just relaxing. Possibly, I don't even know whether this would have been the time where you would have had internet in your phone with a
singing to himself, "It's summertime, and you know what that means." Then all of a sudden, who should arrive?
This huge big motherfucker just this wall breaks in through your cubicle door, vomits all over you, and then he says, "Oh, what did you do? What did you do?" Going, "I panicked and knocked him out." So imagine. If
you're just having a shit, somebody busts in, vomits on your cock, and then punches you in the face.
Just knocks you out.
That's the best.
Super bastard. Oh, you're going. Imagine
reporting that to the police. What did you do to him? I was having a shit.
Imagine him having to regale the police. Imagine, if you will, a man. Having a poop on the toilet. I
had this terrible coffee and knackered this old woman, and then decided to celebrate with a nice cheeky poo.
Mr. Damon Hill, after a hard day's racing in Formula 1, you go home and have a nice relaxing poo. But that's it. Imagine going, officer, mine's James Montague III.
It's Jimmy Clem.
I was having a number 12 and evacuating one's bowels, and some big huge fella burst in and vomited all over me penile and knocked me out.
I'd love to watch the Crime Watch recreation. The other dramatic.
Just fucking
they've got Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing the buff dude.
Jason Statham just fucking here's like
they've got Adrian Brody as the guy having a poo.
Oh yeah, it'd be fucking brilliant. Or like the music from like was it
Halloween?
The Kill Bill music, the Kill Bill. Or like the
siren bit.
Time music from.
Fuck off. We just recreated it for him. Perfect. On radio.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. So, or it's Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney's in the toilet, pooping down the chimney. I'm Mickey Rooney. I'm running past people, stealing the scotch. Ah! Before you know it, you'll be pooping down the chimney. Pooping down the chimney. So I'm jacked. I'm ready. That story's got me fucking full.
Well, I've got one on sort of related, but it was me, so I'm a little bit worried to tell it. But there was there was one Halloween.
Oh, it's a friend of a friend. It happened to.
Yeah. No, it was me. There was one Halloween I was dressed as comic book Joker, which is very sort of eye-rollingly. I normally do Michael Myers, but I was at Alpha. I don't know if you remember some sort of club that we used to go to.
Yes, it's where thine youngsters used to hang out.
Used to
feel, let's go there to feel old.
Well, yeah. So I was the Joker, and my current partner was comic book Harley. Just as Suicide Squad had come out as well, so everybody else was dressed as shit Harley, and she was doing the proper one. So we were Joker and Harley, which was cool because the rest of our gang, without discussion, seemed to be the rest of Batman's villains as well. So I had loads of them. But anyway, did me partying down. On the way back, we were going to get a taxi, and this was prior to Uber, or me having Uber at least because I'm from the past. So I decided to go and get some money out for a taxi cab to get us home. So I said, you wait here, to my partner, who was with one of our friends. Went to this a nearby cash point, and there was this guy stood behind us with his two friends, and I was like, oh, okay. I was sort of floating at this point, like really drunk. And I got my money out. It was like 20 quid. Turn around and he's like, you got any spare change? I went, no. He went, well, what about this? And he put his hand on the 20 quid to like take it. Now I used to box. So I knocked him the fuck out. I just punched him in the face. He went down like a sack. He must have been way more drunk than I was. His two mates ran away. I thought I was dead, by the way. His two mates just bolted. And there was a hot second where I thought, should I mug him? Could you imagine, like, the CCTV footage? The Joker punches a guy, takes his money, and then dances away. It was just the best. Alright, there was another one, actually. This was in Alpha again. Jesus. My partner's sister got, like, bumped into, and she's tiny, like, really small. So got proper knocked. It fell down, and I didn't know about this until my partner came up and said, "Oh, somebody's crashed into my sister." And I went, "Oh!" And I turned around. There was this big guy, and I just ran and I punched the guy in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of shit, and then got back up and danced. And I thought, if he turns around, I'm dead. Shit! Turns out it wasn't him. I just punched a random giant who didn't feel a thing. So that's me. I'm not fun to be with when drunk, I suppose. But I'll look after you.
You will.
I thought I was going to die, honestly, because he got up and just started boogieing on. I was like, whoa, God.
So somebody started a very small mosh pit.
I guess so. I had no idea.
Just chucking elbows.
I think I downed one of those, if anyone listening knows, one of those, is it a fire bucket? I had a full one of them, down the bastard, to throw it on the ground and punch a random person. I'm a stable man, I promise.
Yes, he's mellowed in his years.
It was 2 days ago. No.
And he only punches the homeless. It's like that scene in American Psycho where he just, for fun, for kids. Yeah. What movie started at Hudsucker Proxy, and he just goes,
for kids. Yeah, I think so.
For kids, yeah.
I was watching American Horror Story the other day, actually, and that homeless scene's kind of, it's so uncomfortable. It's quite good though.
You just got, because I think it's a dark comedy, but I say, because you and I went on it. I went on a very unsuccessful date, and if she's listening, I wish you well. Yes, I managed to get some free tickets, or I bought tickets and got a free ticket, and I think I gave it to you, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So went on this date. It's a good idea. Go to a massive event where there's loads of people dressed up as characters from American Psycho. Having never spoken in person in the reels, and then go to a really loud bar, followed by another really loud bar, then go to a film event where everybody's dancing around and really happy to watch said movie. And then let's go to a really louder club afterwards and be like, we just chat about fucking nothing.
That sounds mint. I remember when we went to that event, there was a Leatherface. That was cool.
Oh, that was fucking brilliant. Yeah, it was really, really good.
Oh, it was class.
Shout out to the guys at Screen Age Kicks and Screen Demons. But yeah, really, really sort of phenomenal event. I've been to that one. I went to the From Dusk Till Dawn, which was brilliant. where they had the best story about how they did that. So they did this an amazing sort of nightclub that my friend's the manager of, where they had Cheech Marin's character, that somebody was playing him from the movie, and he was practicing during the day. So this must have been in like April, May. So he said, "Come on, all you pussy lovers, white pussy, black pussy, smell it." Anyway, that's it. Anyway, so he was practicing his speech dressed up in full Cheech Marin titty twister garb, and there was some like foreign kids like walking past. There was some sort of exchange student from like Norway or Sweden, or it might have even been from like Japan, and they were going, "Come on, children, let's make our way through along the beautiful quayside and this age-old historic Victorian blah blah pussy." Fucking. But yeah, so that event, and I just thought to myself, like, it is horror, American Psycho.
Yeah.
Because it's a big one, like, how fucking delusional did it happen? Did it not happen?
Yeah.
Who is he? Who am I?
It's still kind of up for debate, though, isn't it? Because they don't actually, and this isn't a review of American Psycho, I promise. We will get to what the episode's about nearly 20 minutes in.
Yep.
But it's still up in the air, though. Like, you're not sure whether or not he's just imagined the entire thing, pretty much. Which I think is kind of cool. You get a lot of Joker vibes from it, which is odd because he also played Batman. The worst Batman.
He's Batman,
in my opinion. Arguably.
Oh, because arguably. You know what? I kind of get that sort of that understanding. I think it's more so it's set in the real, and what I want is more.
I think
the fantastical.
Yeah,
I want it to be.
He's the worst of a good bunch. Do you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't bad.
Oh yeah, there's very few people.
Yeah. Michael Keaton, though.
But yeah,
I would. Pretty much have to.
You know, like, have you seen the what was it? Not the commencement. He does like a graduation speech.
Oh yeah.
And he says, "Oh, it's gone," and he just says, "I've got one last thing to say before I'm Batman," and then he just
everyone just
raises up applause and he throws the hats up in the air. But apparently, he ruined a load of takes for Spider-Man: Homecoming, where he was dressed as the Vulture. He just went, and we just gone, fucking, oh, we've just lost $3,000 worth of film, but you know what?
Worth it.
Mickey Keaton, you fucking beautiful bastard.
I think we've mentioned before, but here's Vulture, because I'm a huge fan of the comics, and I've got issue 2, which is the first appearance of the Vulture, and he's a very 60s villain because his camp is out, but he made him fucking terrifying. Like, Michael Keaton's Vulture is amazing. Like,
it's because it's very. He doesn't raise his voice.
Yeah,
it's just
he's calculating.
Just a case.
Oof. I like that movie. I'm a huge Spider-Man. Fuck me, Spider-Man fan. But I'm not as much as I like Tom Holland. I really like the old ones with like the Sam Raimi and I forget his name.
With Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire. I thought was just spot on. And Bruce Campbell and every one of them, which is just awesome. And there was rumour that he
except that dancing scene. Oh, that just.
Oh yeah.
We'll not mention that.
Yeah. But no, apparently Bruce Campbell. I don't think this is true. It was very alleged, but he's even come out and said it wasn't. He was down to play Quentin Beck, who was Mysterio, which would make a lot of sense that he appeared in every film. Mysterio's very sort of camp though, so.
It's what is it? The old camp episodes of Radioactive Man.
Oh yeah.
Where he's the what's he called? The scout leader,
played by Paul Lynde.
Get him, boys! Yeah. Don't be afraid. Get him, boys! Don't be afraid to use your claws. And like rubbing the sticks together and set fire on him. Say no dancing.
They just start dancing. It's class.
But yeah. So what we're here to talk about?
Yeah. Today. Today is actually Friday the 13th itself. So we'd be remiss not to continue talking. Yeah, totally. Not to talk about the franchise a little bit more, or anything thereof. If there's anything that you know that even links to it, any spin-offs, anything else, such as Saturday the 14th. Don't know if you ever saw that.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of cleanup. They've got like the Rent-A-Kill guys coming out. Oh, fucking. There's eyes in this wall again. You're gonna have to get the D12 cleaner right. Oh, for fuck's sake! Like Jesus, what the fuck?
No, it's there's an actual film called Saturday the 14th, which was like a parody comedy horror thing, which do you know, it's one of those things I saw as a kid, and I cannot remember a damn thing about it. So I was hoping you did.
Means it's good.
Yeah.
No.
Damn. No. I do, Matt.
Have you seen it? No.
Do you really? No. But yeah, obviously last week we did the review of Friday the 13th Part 6, which last night
it's
even.
fucking loads of fun, innit?
Yeah. Last night I continued it on and started watching Part 7, which is the very first time Kane Hodder played Jason, and man, you could tell the difference. Like, I've got much love for that guy.
He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah. There's a bit in 7 where
he's a.
Go on.
I'd say he's a big. I love him because he. I think does he not play Victor Crowley in the Hatchet?
Yeah.
Hatchet.
Man, Hatchet was a great. I only saw that recently. I remember.
Fucking brilliant trilogy.
Yeah, I remember watching that, and I text you, and I'm pretty sure the text was just like a couple of words. How the fuck have I not seen this movie? Because it felt like it was made specifically for me. It was just the best fun I've ever had. Oh man.
Oh, they're just so much fun, and it doesn't fuck about.
Nah.
He doesn't have a mask because his face is fucked up.
Yeah.
It's in the bayou.
In the bayou. Where Jimmy Clem lives.
Where Jimmy Clem was hatched from a badger's warren.
I emerged
from the swamp.
I'm like baby Jesus, said my mama. Before I killed her.
Holding a bottle of barbecue sauce in his hand and a cleaver in t'other.
I don't think you're ready for some football.
Imagine that. What was that? What was it? There's a villain from the Roger Moore 007 movies where he's always got like the tobacco on the side of his mouth, and so he runs over the crocodiles.
Yes. I'll be honest with you, and you might disown me here a little bit. I have only ever seen 3 007 movies, and that is it's the Casino Royale, so the more recent one, Skyfall,
which I think's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, Skyfall, which is incredible in my opinion. I thought it was great, and then Spectre, which is a bit wank. So I've not seen any. I really do want to, but there's like 21 films now, isn't it mad?
Yeah,
I'll get round.
Well, I'm really excited about the new one because Rami Malek is going to be playing the villain in the new one, and he's fucking brilliant. Have you ever seen Mr. Robot?
I haven't actually. No.
That is very, very clever, like techno sort of like hustle con movie. It's fucking. He is absolutely phenomenal. I'm really excited to see him as that because he plays a character in Dead by Daylight. Because he also played Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, yes.
He's been in a bunch of other bits and pieces, but yeah.
He's in Until Dawn, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes, that's what he's in Until Dawn. He is fucking brilliant. I think he's going to be a really good villain.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of one of those ones where they're very soft-spoken.
Yeah.
Fuck you up.
So he's going to be the new Bond villain. That's because it's going to be a tall order, Phil. Because I didn't like Spectre because they shoehorned Blofeld in it. And he was played by an incredible actor who I forget. He was.
Christoph Waltz, isn't it?
Yes, that's him. Because you just think who's better than.
Donald Pleasance.
Well, yeah, nobody's better. He's definitely not better. Yeah.
But did Telly Savalas not play him once?
Yeah, apparently. But
from Kojak.
Kojak, yeah, the bop.
Who loves you, baby?
The bop with the lollipop. I hate Kojak so very much.
What was that?
His whole catchphrase was, "I'm the bop with the lollipop." It's like, go fuck yourself, you mad bastard. Apparently he was supposed to smoke cigars all the time, which would have made him 20 times cooler. But Ironside would have kicked
Instead
his
of
ass.
sucking on lollipops where
Yeah.
he's got the crippling diabetes.
Yeah, diabetes. And no teeth.
Oh, one of the funniest things I ever saw was Telly Savalas, Kojak / Blofeld, because does he not play the villain in Her Majesty's Secret Service with fucking George Laserbeam?
Laserbeam.
Anyway, so yeah, he plays him in that, but he did this public service announcement or like this educational piece about Birmingham.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's just funny as fuck. Listen to Telly Savalas give this informational video about
Birmingham. I'm Blofeld. I'm a Brummie.
But I'm also Greek. Anyway, so what we're talking about today, we're talking about Kane Hodder and somehow got onto Telly Savalas, James Bond, and a bunch of other mad shit. Kane Hodder,
yeah, he's one of those, because he always loves, he embraces, which is probably why when he got the role on Part 7, he stuck with it, because he embraces Jason, he loves it. He's the best one by a fucking mile, despite the fact most of his movies are the weaker in the series. Not because of him.
Yeah.
Mind you, I don't know if you've ever seen Part 7, which is the one that immediately followed Jason Lives. The makeup on Jason is incredible. It is the best by far. Like, you can see his spinal column. Oh man, his face is all messed up. It's great. But yeah, there's a bit in Part 7 where he just walks up behind some kid and punches through him. And you think, you know, that's believable. Yeah, Kane Hodder could probably punch through me. Give himself a thumbs up through my abdomen. Did good. Oh, yeah.
Only you can prevent forest fires
by punching Matthew through the chest.
Thumbs up. What is the thing of?
Was it Woodsy the Owl with Mr. Mackey? I give a hoot. Okay. Please to touch my play.
Touch my play. Yeah, he's so bad. Was he like hydrocephalic or something, Mr.? I know obviously they've all got big heads.
Oh yeah.
In South Park.
Yeah.
But was Mr. Mackey like sort of hydrocephalic?
I don't know. I think there's one where he gets high and he unloosens his tie and it shrinks. So I think it's supposed to like symbolise that he's so incredibly uptight all the time.
All the blood's in his head, so he can, you know, tell everybody about how they drive by.
Okay. Trey Parker, his actual guidance counsellor, sounded exactly like that, and his name was like Mr. Hackey. He was like, if he ever finds out, I'm gonna get sued.
But turns out it's okay. He's dead.
Okay.
All dead.
Probably all dead.
All dead. Freak Tiddlywink accident, just caught in his very small esophagus. Dead. Somebody has to like chop up his food into tiny. What's it called from Rick and Morty?
Oh yeah, tiny bites or something. Little bits. That's it.
Little tiny lasagna. Little bits. Come on, just eat some tiny lasagna, you fucking bitch. And they start to laugh. Because what I love about that show is it's very improvisational.
Yeah, especially those episodes. It's like specifically they just kind of go wild.
It's just
on it, don't they?
Two brothers, and then space cats came and tomato guns, and these two brothers have a real bond. It's just two brothers.
So I'm just thinking as well, because I think last episode I went on and on about how every Friday the 13th I'll watch Part 6 to get drunk. Do you have any sort of ritual or anything that you do special for Friday the 13th?
I was going to rip off a scene that I remember from this funny video to go on. I get naked and soak myself in the pish of an Irish wolfhound. When I say wolfhound, I mean a big cat. No, not particularly. No, I think I'll probably watch one of them.
Yeah.
I'll not watch the original one because I love it.
Yeah.
But I think it's sort of, I like to space that one out because it's nice. It's not that you're going to forget that Pamela. Oh, Pam, what have you done? And imagine if she just blamed it on her dementia.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's got a
Pamela,
good case
for
for
it.
it.
What have you done? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, one of the things I was reading, the only reason she took that part is because she wanted a new car.
Apparently, and she actually hated it. And she kept...
Oh, she got so much hate mail for doing that movie. Yeah.
Which is mad now. Like, it's unthinkable now. Like, you would think it would be iconic. People would love it. Nah. I mean, she's gone now. Bless her. What was her name, man?
Is she? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think she's...
He said, sorry, I pulled a face there because I've just gone... I didn't know. I would have assumed that she was perished. Yeah,
it's Verity cool. Lambert. It was her name. Something like that. She
Betsy Palmer played Pamela Voorhees.
God, it was Verity Lambert then. I'm sorry if you're listening, Verity. But yeah. Betsy Palmer.
Yeah.
She was.
But yeah,
thought
what
she
was the
class.
other?
Like she was very. This sounds like I'm ripping on her for her looks. I'm not. I think she plays a great villain, but she's very toothy. She's got the manic eyes, and she wears the polo neck of death. So, turtleneck of death. Sorry.
What was I talking about the other day? Right, this is. There's been a lot of controversy or controversy, depending. I don't know.
Ooh, that's
I don't know which one it is. It's
controversial.
I hate when people. It's very controversial.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck? It's like people that say issues.
Oh.
And I'm going, oh, do you
have issue with that?
And when you have a shitty horse, do you wipe it with tissue paper?
Probably. Yeah.
No.
They wipe it with
I've
issues.
having some system issues.
Ugh.
What? Pardon? Killer. Come on. But
Use
yeah,
the Emperor's England.
Speak, England, speak. So there's been a lot of controversial stuff about Bill Cosby, right?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of polo neck of death. But I knew that he was evil when he was wearing them jumpers. Like, if you're wearing what looks like the itchiest fucking jumper you've ever seen in your
for
entire
pleasure,
life,
yeah.
of course you're gonna go out and do horrible stuff like Pamela Voorhees. That's what I reckon. She went out and killed a load of councillors.
Yeah.
Because that jumper looked itchy as fuck. Like, you'd have to go out and kill people just to kind of get rid of the voices or the itches in your head. Just watch it, just going fucking hell. Woo! Imagine in a summer camp, which is no doubt some sort of humid climate. Why'd you kill everybody? This fucking jumper, couldn't get it off. It shrunk due to the humidity and just scratchy as fuck. Like, what the fuck?
It turns out underneath Jason's shirt is that polo neck.
Oh yeah, imagine that. It's just fucking horrible. Just underneath going, no wonder. You know what? Dismissed, like he bangs the gavel. Yeah, let him out. The jumper made him do it.
He's a saint.
He's a saint, I tell you.
God.
Good night, sweet prince.
So yeah, I was trying to think.
What's that from? Good night, sweet prince. Is it not from King Kong or some shit?
I don't know where it's originally from. I know it's been parodied in Family Guy.
And it's also in Futurama whenever Bender becomes like 500 foot tall.
Yeah.
Good night. Not Mr. Good night, Mr. Tom.
Oh, that I remember having to watch that as a kid, getting bored out my arse. Christ. But
it's fucking Hamlet. William Shakespeare, that sneaky Billy Shakespeare, that fucking sneaky prick.
Shakespeare in love. But no,
Shakespeare in love. So Friday the 13th, Pamela Voorhees, itchy sweater, child.
That's why. That's what it is.
Killing teeth. Imagine. I'd love to find and go on the backstory that you never wanted.
Yeah. Do you know what I might watch actually tonight? I've just thought. I say tonight, as in Friday the 13th, because we record this on the day. Clearly.
Oh, we definitely we filmed this live.
Oh yeah. So
and then we definitely posted it, published it, and edited it
in the matter of seconds.
Lovely Instagram post. Modern technology.
We're physics. God. But yeah, I might watch Freddy vs Jason. Actually, I've not seen it in quite a long time.
Yeah, I might watch it because it's so much fun. It's got like a new metal kind of like rap metal soundtrack and a bunch of other bits and pieces, and it's just like it's fucking fun.
I love
it's just so much fun.
Yeah. And
I went to see it with my mate, and then we went and got really pissed.
Nice.
In a nearby bar. Fucking brilliant.
I wish I'd gotten to see that as a kid, you know, because I would have been quite young.
Cinema?
Yeah, I never got to see it at the pictures.
Oh, you wee youngster, you.
Sadly, yeah.
Young pop.
The first one I got to see was actually, the only one technically.
I say,
is the remake, which I thought was fine,
right?
But they've not actually done one since, which I'm incredibly surprised by, to be honest.
Is this because has there not been a load of issues with the rights, which is why there was problems with the games?
Yeah.
Segue into said games, which I think we talked about beforehand with the actor Tom Matthews play Tommy Jarvis.
Yeah.
He's the only one that can actually kill Jason,
which is pretty sick. What I really like about that game, actually, because that was a nice segue, slick, so is to kill Jason, Willy. And I'm going to tell you how to kill him now, because this is something it does not tell you. So you need at least two people, okay? At least two people. One of which has to be a female and survive. The other one has to just be anyone and die. but also be called back as that version of Tommy Jarvis. Yeah, that's hard. To call Tommy Jarvis, you need to like call a radio thing, which takes time, and Jason might get you as well. So, and it's a gamble whether or not you're Tommy Jarvis. So let's say you are, brilliant. Your friend's also a female character. You need to get to Jason's shack as the female character, and if you do that, he gets an audible alert. So he is going to come for you. You have to put on Pamela's sweater and then distract him with that sweater. Now, while he's distracted, no, hang on, prior to that, step back, you have to knock his mask off using a baseball bat, right? So, yeah, so you've got to get close to the fucker and knock his mask off. And then put the sweater on. And then when you distract him, Tommy Jarvis has to have a machete and cut him in the head, and that's how you kill him. Took me the longest time. I think I had to have a Jason actually let me do it. To actually do it. That's how hard it is.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. And I didn't know him, so it was actually, thank you, whoever you are. But what the best thing is, if you knock his mask off, depending on the type of Jason that you're playing, it's the Jason from the movie. So if you're playing,
nice one.
Yeah, if you're playing part 5, you're actually the other guy, which is awesome.
That's fucking class.
Yeah.
That's very I was gonna say in joke, but it's not an in joke.
Yeah. Another thing about the game is because in America on the NES, there was another Friday the 13th game, which I got to play a simulation of on online. It's free. It's fucking solid. But Jason's purple for some reason. You can play as purple Jason in the new one, which is awesome. And he's got like NES music when he's chasing you as well.
I've got my purple Jason in my hand.
Oh, I can see it.
Purple. So what? So you've just reminded me of it. It's a horrific joke, but you know we've got that E thing next to our podcast.
I like where this is going.
So I used to work for a particular place, and I remember coming into work, and this guy I used to work with, we'll say his name's Andy, because it is. Anyway, so he's sitting telling me about, did you hear about this terrible, horrific attack that happened? I think it was in like South Africa or somewhere else. It was like, anyway, it had the word South followed by wherever. Could have been South Korea, could have been South Devon. Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, this guy was going mental, fucking stabbing people. I don't think anybody died. And basically, he just fucking went mental with the kitchen utensils, with a jinsu, just showing you that bit where he's got that bit of paper and he's, how sharp it is. We're dropping the ripened tomato under the knife. Fuck, that looks sharp. And you're looking at it and going, fuck, I cannot wait to go in 6 months to A&E whenever I'm chopping up some onions and shit, I've cut through my fingers.
Not again.
Give me, and it's going, high five, no, high 3.5.
High stump.
It's 3.2 digits. Anyway.
Shouldn't splash when you high five.
So he's like, did you hear such and such? So I was about to start my shift, or it was just end of my shift, and he was coming in. I can't remember. I was probably at the end of my shift, delirious from doing night shift. Going, Wayne, did you hear about such and such? And you're going like, it's been this horrific stabbing in South, insert wherever the name of the place was. So he went mental. It took it took 6 people to pull him off. So I immediately started fucking pissing myself. And imagine if you're like a furious stabbing rage. I reckon that'd be pretty distracting, right? Right, you work the zipper. Oh fuck, it's a button fly. Pull his trousers down.
That's a 2-man job.
Somebody work him.
Look at the size of that cock.
Fucking Ellie. Oh, he's got a really weird boner right now. He's just going, pull him off, and they're going, right.
Guys, I'm trying to kill
you
someone
work the
here.
shaft. You tickle the testicles. Right, somebody's gonna have to do some butt stuff.
We need someone to sing a lullaby quick.
And yep, he's on the vinegars and he's calmed down. He's calmed down.
Oh my god, he's got stamina. He's going again.
It's gonna take him a good half an hour before he can work up to. Oh, he's gonna sleep tonight.
6 guys to pull him off. Jesus.
So yeah, that was the bit that I pulled away from the chat. It took 6 guys to pull him off, and I'm just going, fucking
6-man job. Damn. Nice.
Anyway, but that was the bit. So
actually,
Jason,
when we're on about because we mentioned Freddy vs Jason there as well. I don't know, because I'm a comic fan, so I got Freddy vs Jason versus Ash, but I got the originals, which are now hard as nails to get hold of. It's so fucking good. I would love that to be an actual thing. I was thinking about it.
Imagine the rights would be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I know. I was doing like a workout the other day, and I was looking, and I don't know why I had it in my head that a movie, it doesn't need to be Freddie and Ash, but a movie with Bruce Campbell and Robert Englund, as Bruce is the hero and Robert is the villain, no matter what it is, would just be the most fun, because they're like the quippy hero, quippy bad guy. Oh man, I don't know why that's never been done. Have they ever met each other in film before? I'm just trying to think.
Freddie, I don't think so.
That's
as far as I'm aware.
Crime.
If anybody wants to contradict us, and we love it when you do, if anybody wants to correct us, hashtag points of view. I think you'll find they met at an episode of Columbo with Peter Falk. Or it was Ironside or Perry Mason, something, I don't know. Anyway, so yes, if you do happen to know that the three of them have met in the movie, please drop us a message on our Instagram at Podcast in the Backseat. That was...
Oh, me. At Podcast in the Backseat. Sorry. I see
prods from Digit. Fucking...
It's a six-man job.
Singing like it's a six-man job to...
But yeah, at Podcast in the Backseat, we do actually like to be corrected. I'd love to know if there is a film with the two of them in it. It just needs to happen. Directed by Sam Raimi. Jesus. But yeah, Jesus. And just in terms, because I know the first one of these episodes we went on about the films a bit, and I mean that's what it's all about. But have you seen some of the memorabilia for Friday the 13th? It's cracking. It's so good. Like, do
they not have a submerged, chained up Jason in a lake somewhere?
It was a prank. Apparently, nobody knows who's done it, and whoever it is, I tip my hockey mask.
It was Backseat.
Yeah.
What was that?
Pamela.
What was his name? It was Tony Hart.
Maybe it was him out of Art Attack.
Neil Buchanan.
Yeah, Neil Buchanan. And his issues.
I'm going to drop somebody in the shit. I know somebody that's nicked his jacket from a rock show.
Nice.
I'm just dropping somebody in the shit. But somebody nicked his jacket, and it turns out it was a present from his daughter. He just full on stole it.
Aww.
Because he's a thieving shit.
Do you remember Art Attack? That was I thought Neil Buchanan in Art Attack was like the most terrifying person, and he was so enthusiastic about art with salt. This is Art Attack, fucking. Oh shit, no, Neil.
Oh my god.
He's painted me using my own entrails.
Imagine that he's been let loose in a morgue, and he's just like folded up like fucking body bags and toe tags. Oh, that's gonna make up the hair. And
he made Cthulhu use a
cut this open. Accidentally summons Cthulhu stuff.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of like I think it was teetering off from Freddy vs Jason versus Ash or something like that. And that's kind of
fucking brilliant.
Yeah, especially with Kane Hodder, because I think that was the biggest crime on Freddy vs Jason. They didn't get him for Jason, and I don't know why.
Kane Hodder, yeah, it was some other motherfucker, wasn't it?
He was massive, like, but I don't know. I just
some geek big huge bloke.
Yeah, and when you were on about the Hatchet trilogy, which is the only three I've seen, there is a fourth apparently.
Yeah, Victor Crowley.
I don't know. It might be a bit much now, because I know the part one had a character in it who later in part two became Danielle Harris, and at that point it was class. Like, I don't know why. Sadly, she wasn't in part one.
I think it didn't gain enough notoriety, because I think the guy who is Adam. Oh, it's gonna bug me. I think it's like Adam Green or something like that.
Yeah.
Could have been the director, because I think he comes back, and I love the fact that there's like the horror alumnus turns up in the movie. I think it might be. It's gonna bug me here, because I think Hatchet was, because I think the guy who did the first one comes back for the final one. I don't think he directs them all. I could be wrong. Fucking hell. Yeah, Kane Hodder plays Victor Crowley,
and that one does.
And it's quite fun because he's like a snarling beast and everything else in it.
Yeah.
But it's Adam Green is the director, and it's Mary Beth Dunstan plays the main character, and then it gets replaced by Danielle Harris.
Yeah. Because the first one's got.
Who's very much like a.
Oh no,
she's a scream queen, isn't she?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, at this point, yeah. Because I liked her in Halloween 4 as well, and then she was probably one of the best things about the Halloween remakes as well, which in themselves kind of correlate quite well to what we're talking about with Hatchet, because as you mentioned with the horror alumnus, it's got Robert Englund in it, which is just fucking brilliant. He's not in it for very long, mind you. And the guy played Candyman, Tony Todd. Yeah, his voice.
He's fucking brilliant, because it's so fun. It's clearly done, and I love how they do the cuts at the end of each movie.
Yes, and the way it just continues immediately.
The movie just immediately kicks off afterwards, because you're going, yeah, that's what you want. You leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
But just, I think that's very, very clever.
What I like about part 1 to part 2 is the way that cuts is it Mary Beth, did you say was the character's name? She knackers Hatchet, or Victor Crowley, sorry. In the next one, that character's played by Danielle Harris, and she comes up to the camera, and Kane Hodder's character gets up behind her. I thought, oh, that's fucking brilliant. That's like a Halloween, not even. Oh, I like that. Because
there's a bunch of people in here that play different characters in it. So there's like, there's just some really good. Even like people who act in the movie aren't necessarily actors, but they're like well-known horror alumnus.
Yeah.
So you've got like Tom Holland is Bob in Hatchet 2. And I think he's best known for the writer and director of like did he not do
Fright
Child's
Night.
Play and Fright Night?
Yeah.
Which is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
They go, fuck it, I know that guy,
Yeah.
I know him.
And who's
He's a friend from work.
Yeah. That Asian fellow who keeps coming back, who plays like different members of his own family. He's I've seen him around.
Oh yes.
Like, he always seems to.
It's just such a fun trilogy, and it wears its heart in its sleeve as far as its inspiration, which is obviously like Friday the 13th. I think it's leaning more into the Friday the 13th rather than Halloween.
Oh yeah, massive.
It's very much he's a relentless, unkillable killing machine.
Yeah, and what I quite like about it is
imagine if you did like a romantic comedy.
Yeah. The
only thing he couldn't stop was killing.
Born free. But no, they're very on the nose with it as well. So with Jason, he'll take a beating in that, and then just seem to be okay by the next film. In this one, you'll actually see him sort of heal, which is kind of cool, to be honest with you, because it separates it a little bit. It's a lot more on the nose. It's very blunt, and it's not for everyone. I know my partner really didn't like it.
Hatchet or Friday the 13th?
Oh, Hatchet. She's not too hot on Friday the 13th either, apparently. But I can see why though, because I think it's kind of you've missed the boat if you watch it too late almost, because it's something you watch because you fondly remember watching it, weirdly.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they're good films.
You need to have done the homework before you watch this film. I just want to watch the film Hatchet. Oh, is that the first? Oh, so is that what did you think, and how it references other horror films? Horror films? What other horror films? What other
Get
stuff?
out. God. Get out of my sight. No, that's the thing. I think with my partner, she's a lot smarter than I am. So if it's not a cerebral film, she won't really get into it. Where with Friday the 13th and Hatchet, they kind of just enjoy yourself. Just sit down, hour and a half. They're never like more than that. Fucking great. You can back them.
This barely hominoid milk-fed gimp goes around killing people in the bayou. Like, honestly, I don't get it, and this is just going to come back to loads of things. We're just going to take a trip into the bayou where it's haunted by a mutated child who loves killing folks. He's got a big head on him, like Rocky Dennis from the film Mask. He looks like Elephant Man. Fuck Jason Voorhees. Oh, should we take a little visit? Oh, it'll be great. What will you? Only one came back alive. Oh, fucking
do you know
surprise!
I definitely
Kel
would
surprise. Oh yeah, definitely.
Sadly, would
you
go.
Just take a load of people. You would just take people. You're going, all right. She's the one that's going to be doing the makeup in the tree. You've got the guy who's wearing skinny jeans, so he's not going to be able to run for shit. You turn up with cargo shorts. Fucking hunting knife strapped to your back,
machine gun,
some hiking boots so you can get some fucking tread. So you've got you've got a few other bits and pieces. Wayne, why? How come you've got a Swiss Army knife and just a bunch of other
No
bits
reason.
and pieces of a signal flare? No reason.
No reason at all.
I says, "Oh, Wayne, you plan on doing some running?" And going, "I don't need to run faster than him. I just need to run faster than you."
It's that moment where you look at the group that you've brought, and then you realise that there's this smart girl who dresses normally and has never had sex, doesn't take drugs, doesn't drink. You're like, fuck. She's gonna live. I'm gonna die no matter what I do, how prepared I am. She's gonna
how
use
could you get around that? How could you be is it just saboteur?
You would have to seduce her, because in these films it's only virgin women that survive. Virgin guys, it doesn't matter.
Which is just the Zap Brannigan approach. The only way to
I think the most erotic part of a woman is the boot.
What's it going? The only way to defeat a final girl? Seduce her.
Seduce her. Kip, I made it with a woman. Inform the men.
Inform the men.
Amy. Yes, sir. I'm not as big a fan of velour as you are.
Was it your hands maybe strong and masculine, but they're soft as a velvet child?
You'll come crawling back to me like a bird on its belly.
Bird on its belly.
They don't crawl.
Birds don't crawl about it. They've been known to.
Would you like some more of the champagne? It's pronounced
Champagne.
champagne. Oh God!
I'm so lonely. Oh, she looks like a diner, but she handles like a bistro. Good old minister. Was it when they're doing? It's like prohibition, but it was the soup prohibition where they're doing bathtub. Good old bathtub minstrel.
Yeah. Oh man. Do you know, you've got me really wanting to watch Hatchet again, but it's Friday the 13th today, definitely today.
Yes, it is, almost certainly. Not a peek behind the curtain looking at the old Wizard of Oz, wearing some lovely loose-fitting cotton boxers and a silk robe, pulling loads of levers and stuff, making magical shit happen. But yeah, but it turns out, yeah, we definitely did record this on Friday the 13th.
So I need to watch one today. I'm just trying to think as well if anybody does, because I have my own ritual. Obviously, I'm going to go and see my dad today, definitely today, to drink.
Oh, it's definitely today.
So does anyone else have their own rituals? If you do, just write into our Instagram page, which is at Podcast in the Backseat. I'll see, sir.
I'll say, boy. At Podcast in the Backseat. I don't know. But yeah, and as long as you're not admitting to any crimes, we'll have a listen. We'll read them out, and it's Friday the 13th, and Jimbo Jones says that he likes to go on a killing spree, killing all the ladies in the nearby hamlet in his postcode.
Do you know, okay.
Isn't that lovely?
Isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice? He's got a little ritual he does every year to commemorate his mutated father, who sat too close to the Betamax. I don't know. I'm just talking shit now. I've had too much coffee.
I don't know if it's just me, because I get a lot of shit for like celebrating Friday the 13th at all, really. And I think it's because I like Halloween so much that I like to pretend it's a mini Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't put decorations up or anything. Mind you, around me, as you might be able to see, there's pumpkins everywhere. If I can.
And a sofa made from human skin.
You will, usually.
It is. It's a lovely tan that you've got on that. Oh, rich Corinthian leather.
That's what his name was, yeah. Rich.
Corinthians 2:12.
But no, I don't know if it is weird. I've got weird looks at work, even when I'm like, oh, it's Friday the 13th, are you excited? No, why would you be? And people, they really throw, luck into the ring. I don't believe in luck, I'll be honest with you.
It throws out a lot of. Is it Peter Dinklage? He says he doesn't like the word luck. It sort of diminishes a lot of hard work.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things. It's not to get heavy or whatever. If you've had a good day and then all of a sudden one little thing happens, all of a sudden it's a bad day. It's like you've forgotten all the mint things that's happened. It's Friday the 13th. You looked at a cat and thought, oh fuck, it's an unlucky day, I'm gonna die today. Well, yeah, maybe. Fuck yeah.
Live every day Like it's, I don't know. It's as
if it's your neighbour's last.
Live every day as if they're going to dig up the patio and find
all them kids.
What happens to them? All dead.
All dead.
All them Skellingtons.
They were delicious.
The knee bone's connected to the
other kid's knee bone.
He seems to have constructed some sort of mega skeleton in his backyard where they dug up the patio.
Polly shouldn't be.
It looks like a 6-limbed spider boy.
But no, it's
Can't, no, we can't.
no, because he's dead. All dead.
Oh, he's dead. Is he alright? No, he's
No.
No.
The father Dick Burn. Oh, but no, Friday the 13th. It's one of them. I'll watch the movies every year, at least once a year. All of them as well, and that includes like Jason Goes to Hell because it's poop, and Jason Sex, which is amazing. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't work. It's got the cast of Andromeda and Jason in space.
Yeah, it's sort of because yeah, it's Lexa Doig from Andromeda's in it, isn't she?
Yeah.
I forgot David Cronenberg's in it.
Yeah, he's the guy who called him up.
Snaky. And there's a bunch of other people that are in it. It's loads of fun. It's got that weird little creepy kid from like every sitcom TV show from like the 90s. The Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. It's like the hippie student where he's like selling drugs and all that shit. He has that little he just knocks over his mic stand. That was planned.
It's Friday the 13th. It's bad luck.
Oh, there's blood everywhere. Oh shit.
All dead.
All dead.
But yeah, it's got that guy who played Animaeus from Spartacus in it as well. He's the big guy in it, and he's fucking stone. Like that guy he's just solid, and I love him. And if he's listening, I'll have your babies.
But they got what? He was at the Spartacus TV show, or like the actual Spartacus?
TV
Spartacus
show.
Smokes them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he's I can't remember the actor's name, and I would have looked it up, but I didn't. So right into the Instagram.
I know, because if it's the one I think it is, you may have mentioned somebody that is. He's flicks through. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Was he also in 300?
Yes, that's
He's
him.
the one that gets booted into the thing.
He likes to go around claiming things are madness.
Because I think David Cronenberg's in that movie, and he's called Dr. Wimmer. I think that's a reference to Kurt Wimmer, who's quite a well-known sort of like sci-fi action writer. I think Kurt Wimmer wrote Equilibrium with Sean Bean and Taye Diggs and Christian Bale and Sean Baum. He just loves getting killed in movies, but it turns out he doesn't get killed any more than a lot of other characters. People think, he gets bumped off loads. And going,
Actually,
I think Death Machine would be a good review for us to do.
Yeah, that'd be cool, actually.
Because there's a character in it called Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
He's the one that becomes kind of like the robot guy that takes on like this machine that smells fear, and it's got Brad Dourif in it.
That was
directed by.
Oh yeah, that was a film that my partner introduced me to because I'd never ever seen it. Surprisingly, despite the fact that it's got a character in it called Sam Raimi, John Carpenter, and Wes Craven, if I'm not mistaken. And I'd never even seen the film, and I loved it.
Jack Dante's meant to be Joe Dante, so Brad Dourif plays Jack Dante, but it's meant to be Joe Dante, who directed like Gremlins and The Burbs and Gremlins 2. I think he also did The Hole, Piranha. Hayden Cale, John Carpenter, Sam Raimi, Yutani, Wayland. Scott Ridley's in it?
Scott Ridley. Is that going to be our next review then for our next episode? Because I think it
could do. I don't know how widely. I think it's quite a difficult one to get a hold of, you know.
I think it's on YouTube. That's where I saw it. If a year or two ago, man, give up.
The Yao Chow.
The Yao Chow. I think it's on there for free, which is nice.
Oh, I know who else is in it. The guy who plays John Carpenter is. He's in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's one of the guys that turns up to recruit Indiana Jones.
Oh, nice.
top men. So he's in it, but he's also the Fat Row pilot in. Is it Red Squad? He's one of the X-wing fighters in the first Star Wars movie.
Red 13 or something.
Yeah, and he's also... Is
Hawkins.
he not Deckard?
Yeah.
Is he not Deckard in fucking Batman? He's the fat guy that gets shot by Eckhart. He plays Eckhart.
Yeah.
And he's...
Yeah.
To the voice that he's got. Yeah, it's him.
Nice.
He's in it. He's John Carpenter. But that might be one if I can get my hands on a good quality cover of that one, because that came out in '94.
Jesus.
That's the guy that directed Blade, and then he went on to direct Blade, and then the next film he did was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which we'll not talk about too much.
If you wanted, we could do that one, but I do know we have had that that one that was suggested by a fan.
Death Becomes Her.
Yeah, we could do that one.
Yeah, we'll do that one. Yeah, we'll definitely do that one, because that will be a nice sort of reprieve from all the
Friday
all the slashings, all the slashings that we've done, and then
the slashings. I mean that
on the slashings of the face and the calves and the Achilles tendon.
I know. Oh god, I was listening back to one of our episodes and we start talking about that from Pet Cemetery. Herman Monster gets his Achilles tendon slashed. It's that twang. It's just fucking.
You only get. Imagine if it just goes.
It gets an erection sound. Boing. But yeah, I mean, luckily that kind of rounds off quite nicely. I've noticed the time there. We've managed to get over the R on this Friday the 13th.
If we don't get over the R, then Jeff Bezos doesn't pay us. Please give us some money.
Give me some money, you bastard.
Just give us the money.
It's good, bad, bad.
I just want to give up my full-time job and do this
forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
I just want to make a living out of doing this.
Forever and ever.
It's so difficult to do. Doesn't kill, get a lick.
Oh, but
the wolves at all Bill's door. Just look at that sweet brass ring. I thought it was a brass ring. Fuck. Yeah. So today was Friday the 13th. With myself, Wayne on Smooth Alexander, and your host, your other host. I keep on saying co-host, makes it sound like I'm your host and co-host. Sounds like don't do
upstairs,
as much.
Downstairs. I don't know.
Was it something in Cat Flap? What was that fucking?
Filthy Rich and Filthy Rich and
Filthy Rich and Cat Flap.
That was great.
Tango and Cash, Turner and Hooch.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I've been Matthew Sugarcane. Sugarcane. And I said Jimmy Clem again. He's so ingrained in my head. If anyone wants to know what Jimmy Clem looks like, because he's a real person, he really is. I'm not even joking you. Just do a quick Google, you'll see him. And that's what I see every time. But that is what I'll do if you ever meet me and you're like, "Are you Matthew from that amazing podcast that I love?" I'll probably go, "No, I'm Jimmy Clem," just because I think it's funny. I don't know why. That or Lord Worthington Smythe.
Jim McClem laughs. This episode has been brought to you by Jim McClem.
Jim McClem.
It's Jim McClem has approved this message.
That'll be just. But yeah, I want to thank everybody.
He's only got the one hoof.
Yeah.
Because he ate that lemon meringue pie. The doctor said to take his foot.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
But
it
yeah,
was delicious.
I want to thank everybody for watching, for listening to our amazing podcast.
Geet amazing and
stuff.
And shit.
Do tune in next time to because we're going to review Death Becomes Her. I believe we're going to fulfill that promise to our faithful viewer.
Viewer listener
who
she's got eyes in her like ears. She listens with her. No, it's like I kind of want to put on that Lawrence Fishburne voice.
Yeah.
Instead of like he's beginning to believe, and if I just goes, she's listening with her eyes.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
She's listening. She's beginning to listen with her eyes. Don't listen with your ears. Listen with your eyes.
And your mouth. Anyway.
He's beginning to feel with his ears. Fuck.
We've all been
coffee. I'm on a massive come down. Oh,
Jesus.
Anybody else in a cold sweat? Caffeine, you indigo pony.
Took 6 people.
Dark mistress.
Oh dear.
He's beginning to feel with his ears.
He's beginning to feel with 6 people trying to pull him off.
It took 6 people to pull them off. But yeah. So
we have
thank you
been
very much for
we have been podcasting the Backseat. Much love.
Yeah, much love. For the love of horror. #alien fuck train.
Until next time, be seeing you.
Be seeing bye.
Mom, can I have a stomach pounder and a Coke?